Victorious warriors win first, and then go to war.
What's up guys, Sloth here, and what you just heard is the voice pack of Xing Tian. And I'm here to bring you some updated Datamined info on him. Let's get right into his abilities. His passive is now called Enraged. He gets enraged under certain circumstances which are still not specified, and the so-called ghostly fire effect is applied. Previously, data mining showed that he's stacking a rage out of combat. I could also imagine it being the exact opposite and him stacking rage in combat, so we'll see what that is exactly about. It's definitely clear that his weapon will be an axe. That is not very surprising, as it is an axe in the lore as well. His first ability is now Heroic Charge. This one has already got a description. Xing Tian dashes forward, stopping at the first enemy guard hit. He damages all enemies in a cone in addition to the hit target. While enraged, he also knocks back all enemies in the cone except the guard hit. Range 40, damage going from 50 to 210, scaling with 50% of the magical power, cooldown 14 seconds, and cost between 60 and 80 mana. Basically, same move as Bellona's 1, where you move towards a target and then hit enemies in a cone behind it, or kinda similar to Medusa's 2 as such, with the significant difference that the main target only takes the damage, but everyone else behind him is knocked back. The second ability, potentially also the third, but probably just the second one, is called Axe Sweep and Shield Bash. These are two separate abilities that kind of work together and will both probably be on the same key. The description is as follows. Xing Tian first launches and attacks with his axe, knocking the opponents into the air before attacking again with his shield, rooting them. If fully enraged, the shield bash instead disorients. So what this means is he will probably attack with his axe first and do a knock-up, and then when you activate the ability again, you will do the root or disorient. The disorient is probably similar to Hades' Fear. The ability is a cone with a radius of 50, a range of 30. The root goes from 0.5 seconds to 2.5 seconds. The cooldown varies from 18 seconds to 16 seconds, and the cost is 70 mana. He's got another ability called Enrage Thunder Armor. If enraged, thunders enemy armor on each hit. This could also be one of the Capri abilities in a changed fashion. It might have been just taken away from his kit because there's no further description on it. Xing Tian's ultimate is still called Sky Cutting Axe. It is some kind of buff. It has a ground target. It debuffs the enemy, and the debuffs seem to be a cripple and a slow. The way it works is still unclear. He's got another unknown skill, which could be his third skill if it's not Enraged Thunder Armor, that gives 20% movement speed. There's somehow a fear in his kit, but this could also be in his Axe Sweep Shield Bash. And a debuff that debuffs enemies in a line straight ahead of you. He used to have an ability called Battle Cry. That might also be the movement speed buff. No further information on that. And some tiny extra information. He has an animation with some rocks and a minion in the lobby. We now know for sure that he will be a guardian. The kit that is recommended for him, the item kit, is very defense heavy, while his abilities don't really make it sound like he's a purely defensive guard. He doesn't have the best scaling on his heroic charge, and he also has a lot of CC in his kit. You have a knockback, a knock up, a root or disorient, a cripple and a slow, and potentially even a movement speed buff for yourself. So if this all stays in his kit, he'll have plenty of abilities to debuff and CC the enemy. But in the end, this might all just change considering it's Datamined stuff. So as always, thanks to Ferreo for letting me use this stuff. Thank you guys for watching. And I hope to see this guard soon because he looks very exciting. DXLoth out.